Hello, folks! Today we're looking at a new indie title published by Blue Sunset Games. They reached out to me and provided a copy of Tiny Hands Adventure, a quirky, collectible gathering run-and-jump 3D platformer akin to Crash Bandicoot or Croc from the PS1 era. The story involves a young T-Rex named Bordy, who loves playing soccer with his friends after school. While he's mostly content with his life, Bordy wishes for longer arms, which makes sense considering his species' most obvious shortcoming. A fairy named Lady Florella hears his plea and sends him on a quest to collect gems and defeat guardians in order to receive various prosthetic power-ups, such as a drill to find hidden items in the ground, a gopher reach extender to nab things that are just out of your reach, mechanical arms that can hurl you to secret areas, and best of all, 2 sticks to cross a handful of hazards that would kill you otherwise. Visually, the game looks great, if not a little inconsistent. The cartoony style gives it some flexibility, but the look changes quite a bit from one level to the next. Most stages follow the formula of getting to the end while collecting items along the way, but the perspective changes to mix things up. Sometimes you're moving downward, occasionally being chased by an obstacle, and other times you're running through a maze with an isometric perspective. There are even a few side-scrolling stages with more cartoony graphics. The more atmospheric levels actually caught my attention. They really pop and had me wondering what I was going to see next. The presentation is kind of a mixed bag. The menus aren't very dynamic and kind of clash with the rendered graphics. The narrative and story presented feel too static, and I would have welcomed some cutscenes or voice acting. Most people don't play platformers for a rich and engrossing storyline, but the whole package would benefit from a little more polish. The gameplay is easy to grasp and pretty straightforward, but the controls aren't so great with a keyboard. Controller support is there and improves the experience, but the on-screen UI doesn't change for other inputs. I've actually had a fun time running through the 20 stages this game has to offer, but glitches tend to get in the way. I've encountered a few hang-ups where I couldn't move, and a bug checkpoint that forced the game into a first-person perspective, requiring me to start over and complete the level without it. The enemies aren't very threatening, and it seems like their placement is more hazardous than their AI. The bosses suffer a similar problem where you can see the potential in the encounters, but the experience is a bit too stiff to be rewarding. There is some replayability as each stage has a harder version to try your hands at after completion. The soundtrack ranges from whimsical to rock to dubstep. It's all over the place, but I have to applaud them for the variety. While not super memorable, at least a couple of songs stand out and have gotten stuck in my head. I tend to adjust my expectations to the size of a development team or the budget behind their project. Obviously, Tiny Hands Adventure isn't perfect, but I welcome and support any newcomers to the indie scene and appreciate what they've tried to accomplish here. Hopefully this game will see updates that will smooth over the rough edges and make it a more welcoming experience. It's launching on Steam soon and will follow with ports to all major consoles in the following months. What are your thoughts on this game or others like it? Let me know about it in the comments below. Consider liking or subscribing to show your support. Keep on gaming, guys, and I'll see you next time.